Wemby and Curry both hit historic shots against the Thunder. So today I'm giving Victor Wembanyama Stephen Curry's career to see if he can accomplish more than Curry did. And Wemby's gonna start his career off on the right foot by winning the Rookie of the Year. So Wemby's already ahead of Steph Curry by not only winning the Rookie of the Year, but by also making the playoffs as a rookie. The only problem is they have to go up against Kobe and Powell. And to nobody's surprise, the Warriors are gonna get swept. But in year 2, Wemby's the best player on his team, and I don't know if he's gonna make the playoffs with this roster. Okay, never mind. Wemby's gonna carry the team, winning Defensive Player of the Year in his second season. He's also on the All-NBA second team, and the Warriors get way better. They're up to the 3rd seed and almost the best team in the West. And in the first round, they have to face the Trailblazers led by LaMarcus Aldridge. The Warriors should be able to take this series. They're gonna take the first 2 games. Game 3, they're gonna win by 4. They can't sweep. They only lost game 4 by just 4 points, but they're gonna win in 5, which takes us on to round 2. Now they have to face this overpowered Spurs team. Without an actual point guard, I'm not sure that the Warriors will be able to win this series, as they're gonna go down 3-0. They're not gonna get swept, but I don't think they're gonna be able to come back down 3-0. They're gonna force a game 7, and in that game 7, they're gonna beat the Spurs. I can't believe the Spurs just blew a 3-0 lead. All thanks to Monte Ellis dropping 33 and 12. David Lee put up 22, and Wemby filled up the stat sheet. But things would get even harder for them, because in the conference finals, they have to play KD and Westbrook. The Thunder only had 2 more wins than the Warriors. As the Warriors take game 1, the Thunder end up tying the series up and taking game 3 and 4. So now the Warriors have to win 3 in a row, and unfortunately, they're going to lose in 5. But in season 3, Wemby's up to a 97, and they have Klay Thompson on the roster now. Wemby keeps getting better as he wins back-to-back Defensive Player of the Years. He's also going to make his first All-NBA first team, and he's going to lead the league in rebounds. The Warriors get a little worse. They're down to the 5th seed, and in round 1, they have to play a really well-rounded Grizzlies team. I'm not going to lie, I have no idea how this Grizzlies team is a 4 seed. I guess their bench just isn't that good. The Warriors are going to go up 3-1 on them and make it out in 5. But now they have to play Kobe and the Lakers, who eliminated Wemby in his first ever playoff appearance. The Lakers are the 1 seed though, so I'm not too hopeful for the Warriors. The Lakers are going to tie the series up at 1 and take game 3, but the Warriors tie it up again. And in game 5, we had a close one, but the Warriors just had a bad 4th quarter. Wemby put up 34, but they got cooked by Kobe and Powell. But in game 6, the Warriors are not done fighting. They're going to force a game 7. Klay Thompson had 41. That's crazy because he's a rookie. David Lee and Wemby both put up 26. Wemby was 1 steal away from a 5x5. And in game 7, the Warriors are going to have the better 4th quarter to win the game. Klay is going off. He just had another 40 piece. So Wemby's back in the conference finals, and this time he has to play a healthy Clippers team. The only problem is swapping Wemby with Steph Curry means the Warriors don't have a great point guard. They're probably getting cooked by Chris Paul right now, but the Warriors tie the series up. And in game 5, the Warriors had a crazy 3rd quarter to take a 3-2 lead. Bro, what is Klay Thompson on? He is hooping. The Warriors are going to fold in the 4th quarter of game 6 though. They're going to game 7 for the 2nd round in a row. And this time it's a chance at Wemby's first finals appearance. And with a close game 7 on our hands, we finally get to see Wemby in action. 2 minutes to go, the Warriors are up by 1. They're going to swing it to Reggie Evans to Bledsoe, and Blake Griffin gets left wide open. So he's able to give the Clippers the lead. Let's see if Wemby can retake it here in the post. He's in a drive right by Reggie Evans and give the Warriors the lead back. Chris Paul's going to throw it down low to Blake Griffin. He takes the fade over Bogut, and it bounces off the rim. That's a big miss. The Warriors can extend their lead right here. They're going to go down low to Wemby again. He goes up with the layup, and it's good. Just over a minute to go for the Clippers. They're going to go to Blake Griffin with the hop step layup, and he scores. Nate Robinson's going to run a pick and roll with Wemby. That is a terrible pass. So now on the break, we have Blake Griffin finding Mo Williams wide open in the corner, and his 3's off. That was a crazy miss shot. Wemby on the ISO trying to get his way around Blake Griffin's going to pull the fading 3, and the Clippers get another chance. That was a terrible shot. On the break, they get Blake Griffin wide open to take the lead. I don't know what Wemby was thinking there. Let's see if they can find him on the pick and roll. That's somehow not a turnover, and he scores on Blake Griffin. But now with a 2-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock, the Clippers are going to find Blake Griffin. He's just... What was that? That was a travel. He's going to try to score on Wemby here, and he's going to miss. I don't know what just happened. But now the Clippers have to foul, so we have Nate Robinson at the line. He's going to miss the first. 93% of people who watch me aren't subscribed, so make sure to subscribe to help me hit my goal of 35,000 subscribers. That is pretty big. His second free throw is up, and he's going to make it. So now the Clippers have 12 seconds, no timeouts, but they're only down 2 instead of 3, so they don't necessarily need a 3 here. Chris Paul's gonna use the screen. 5 seconds to go, and he throws a turnover. This time, Nate Robinson can hit the dagger. His first free throw's good. And to ice the game, to move on to the NBA Finals, he's gonna make the second free throw. So in just year 3, Wemby's gonna make his first Finals appearance. That Nate Robinson-Wemby height difference is insane. And now Wemby needs to lock in more than ever because every single year of this simulation, LeBron has won the MVP. So here goes nothing. Game 1, the Warriors are actually gonna win by 4. Klay Thompson, of course, was the leading scorer. Let's see if they can somehow do that again. In Game 2, they're gonna win by 4. Klay Thompson led the team in scoring again. Wemby almost had a 20-20 game. And this is looking really good for the Warriors. Even though they're the 5 seed, they're gonna take a 3-0 lead behind 35-9-9, 3-4 from Wemby. The Warriors are not able to sweep, though. The Heat are gonna win Game 4. They only ended up winning by 2. Of course, Klay led the team in scoring. He didn't do anything rebounding or assist-wise. And why do I feel like the Heat are gonna come back? They just won Game 5. And they're also gonna win Game 6. So the Warriors are going to their 3rd straight Game 7. I really hope they don't blow a 3-0 lead. And thank goodness the Warriors locked in Game 7 to blow out the Heat by 40+ and to make Wemby a one-time NBA champion. And on top of that, he's gonna win his first Finals MVP at the age of 22. Wemby's off to a crazy start to his career, winning his 3rd Defensive Player of the Year already, but he has yet to steal an MVP from LeBron. He's gonna make the All-NBA first team again though, so he's gotta be close to winning it. And in back-to-back seasons, the Warriors are the 5 seed. Before we hop into that though, let me check league leaders. Wemby was 4th in scoring. He's gonna win back-to-back rebound titles, just barely over Kevin Love and Joakim Noah. Last season, I think he was 3rd in blocks. This season, he's nowhere near the top. And with the Lakers adding Dwight Howard to their team, they might be tough to beat. Pau Gasol is a little bit worse though. And the Warriors have Draymond on their team. They're gonna get blown out in Game 1. They beat the Lakers in Game 2. Game 3, the Lakers blow them out again. Lakers go up 3-1. And a year after winning the chip, the Warriors are gonna lose in the first round. But in Wemby's 5th season, he came back even stronger, able to win his first MVP. And on top of that, he ties the record for the most Defensive Player of the Years of all time. The Warriors are gonna win 65 games to clinch the 1 seed. And with the addition of Iggy and Draymond getting much better, they look like a really good team. In the first round, the Warriors have to face the Kings, and they don't look scary at all. Especially with Wemby being up to a 99 overall, the Warriors should definitely be able to sweep the Kings. Never mind, the Kings are going to take a game, but the Warriors make it out in 5. In round 2, they have to face the Clippers again. This time, the Warriors are the higher seed, but the Clippers are going to steal the first 3 games. I was about to say 2 games, but they're going to steal 3. The Warriors need to force a Game 7, and they do. And the Clippers are playing terrible. They didn't even put up 30 in the first half. They've put up 69 points, and they're going to blow a 3-0 lead. What happened? 3 people for the Warriors outscored the Clippers by themselves. And outside of Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan, nobody played good. That is crazy. Now they have to face the Thunder. At this point, they have the best duo in the league, but they are the 2nd seed, so they can put up a fight. They're going to win Game 1 by 1. Warriors take Games 2 and 3 by 5 points. They're able to go up 3-1, and they're back in the finals. It looks like they're going to be playing a 5 seed unless the Heat clutch up, and they don't. So instead, they have to face a Pacers team led by Paul George. I feel like the Warriors should have this one in the bag. They're going to take Game 1, they take Game 2, they take Game 3, and they're going to sweep. Wemby's going to win the Finals MVP. And to add on to his greatness, Wemby's going to win back-to-back MVPs and his 5th Defensive Player of the Year in a row, breaking the record for the most all time. But even though the Warriors won 60 games, they're the 2nd seed behind the Thunder. In the first round, the Warriors have to play the Kings again. Once again, they don't look scary, but they are going to steal Game 1 from the Warriors. I don't know how that happened, but the Warriors are going to take a 3-0 lead and make it out in 5. Round 2, they have to play the Pelicans, who are actually good. Anthony Davis is getting better. They have Drew Holiday, but I still feel like the Warriors should be able to take them easily. They're not going to sweep. They're not going to gentleman sweep, and they're not going to win in 6. And what do you know? The Warriors are going to blow a 3-0 lead to the New Orleans Pelicans. That is the last thing that should have happened, and now the Cavs get an easy ring. But moving on to Wemby's 7th season, we have what should be the 73-9 Warriors team. And with Wemby, they're going to go 77-5. He's going to win his 3rd MVP in a row, his 6th Defensive Player of the Year in a row, and the Warriors win every award except for Rookie of the Year. Obviously, we have Wemby at MVP, Iggy's going to win the 6th Man of the Year, Wemby Depoy, Harrison Barnes Most Improved, and then Steve Kerr Coach of the Year, and they win the Executive of the Year. Round 1, the Warriors have to go up against this Jazz team. I'm just going to sim the round. They should sweep, and they do. But now the Kings are up to the 4 seed, even though on paper they look worse. So I'm also just going to sim this round. They're not going to sweep, but they gentlemen sweep. Now they have to play a 6 seed. I'm going to sim the round. They're going to gentlemen sweep. And in the finals, we have LeBron James versus Victor Wembanyama. And it's kind of scary because the Warriors are not that much better than the Cavs. So let's see if Wemby can win his 3rd ring. They're going to win game 1 by 5. Game 2, they blow out the Cavs. Game 3 goes to the Cavs, and the Cavs tie the series up. Game 5 looks like it's over. The Cavs had a good 4th quarter, but they forgot how to play in that 3rd quarter. And Wemby dropped 48. He almost had a 50-10 game. But this series is not over. The Cavs are blowing out the Warriors in game 6, and they're going to force a game 7. This time, Klay led the team in scoring, and the Warriors got cooked by the Cavs' big 3. And just like real life, we have a Warriors-Cavs game 7 of the NBA Finals in 2016. The Warriors have the advantage in this one. They're going to find Wemby. He goes to Draymond, to Harrison Barnes. This offense is not really cooking. They're going to do a Klay Thompson handoff to Wemby, to Barnes, back to Klay. The contested 3 he's going to miss, and Wemby can't get the board. They're going to go to LeBron on the ISO. I don't know if that's the smartest move, ISOing on Draymond, but it is LeBron James. 6 seconds to go. He's going to make his way into the paint. He goes into the post, and his layup is good. That was such a bad shot. I don't know how that went in. They're going to run a Harrison Barnes Wemby pick and roll. He gets by LeBron, and his layup's good. We just need them to not hit a 3, and Kyrie gets left wide open, but he's going to miss. That's a big miss on the break. They're going to find Draymond to Harrison Barnes. Wide open, and his corner 3's good. I don't know why they left him so open. He easily knocked that one down. They're going to go to LeBron. Draymond sends the double. They kick it to Kevin Love, to J.R. Smith, and the closeout doesn't work. So now the Warriors need to play it smart here. Harrison Barnes is just going to pull the 3 for whatever reason. And now the Cavs have 17 seconds to either tie the game with the 3, which they're going to try to do, and J.R. Smith does it. So it's Warriors ball, 13 seconds to go. They're going to try to go for the last shot to win the NBA Finals right here. They have the ball in Harrison Barnes' hands. Wemby's going to come set the screen. 3 seconds to go. Harrison Barnes, the deep 3. He's going to miss, and we have overtime. But this one's not over yet, because with 2 minutes to go in overtime, the Warriors are only up by 3. Sean Livingston's trying to cook, but it's not working. He's going to kick it to Harrison Barnes. He's going to use the Wemby screen. He gets an open mid-range, but he's going to brick. The Cavs can cut the Warriors' lead down here. J.R. Smith's going to use the screen. He finds LeBron. Draymond sends the double. LeBron just takes a deep running hook. I don't know what that was. On the break, they're going to find Klay. The flashy pass, and the Warriors go up 6. That's not looking good for Cleveland. LeBron's going to ISO on Harrison Barnes. He gets stopped. Sean Livingston sends the double, but Kyrie gets left wide open, and Tristan Thompson flies in for the putback. So that's going to save the Cavs on the other end. They're just going to throw it down to Wemby, and his layup's good. The Cavs need to do something here quick. It looks like they're going to go to LeBron in the post. They do. This time, the Warriors send the double pretty late, but LeBron doesn't make the right pass. He can't find the open man. Instead, he finds Kyrie, who's going to get a turnover. Klay on the break runs right past JR, and the Warriors go up 8. And that dunk would be the dagger to help the Warriors take Game 7 of the NBA Finals. So Wemby's now a 3-time NBA champion and a 3-time Finals MVP. But Wemby has yet to win 2 championships in a row, so let's see how Season 8 goes for him. Or should I say for him and Kevin Durant. Wemby's already up to 4 MVPs at 27 years old. His Defensive Player of the Year streak of 6 in a row is over, but him and KD lead the Warriors to 65 wins. He's gonna finish 5th in points per game, 2nd in rebounds per game, and also 2nd in blocks per game. But at this point, his goal is to win back-to-back rings as they have to face the Rockets in the first round. Other than James Harden, they don't look that great, and the Warriors make it out in 5. Round 2, they have to face the Grizzlies led by Mike Conley and Marc Gasol. I'm gonna take it game by game, but I feel like the Warriors are either gonna sweep or gentlemen sweep as they take the first 3 games and complete the sweep. But now in the conference finals, they have to play the Spurs, who they're only 4 games better than. And this team definitely will not be easy. At least they shouldn't be easy, but here goes nothing. Game 1, the Warriors take by 10. Game 2, the Spurs win by 7. Game 3 is gonna go to the Spurs. The Spurs take a 3-1 lead over the Warriors as the Warriors take Game 5. And in Game 6, the Warriors are gonna crumble. They're not even gonna make it to the finals. And they would have had a free win because the Bulls ended up making the finals. But in Wemby's 9th season, he's gonna continue his MVP streak, winning number 5 in a row. He's also back to winning Defensive Player of the Year. That's number 7. But the Warriors are not the best team in the West because the Spurs are 1 game better than them. And I am surprised it took Wemby this long to lead the league in blocks. And in the first round, the Warriors have to face the Nuggets with Jokic. At this point, Jokic is their best player, but he's nowhere near as good as he is in real life as the Warriors go up 3-0 and they're able to sweep. Round 2, they have to play the Clippers after Chris Paul and Blake Griffin left, so DeAndre Jordan's their best player. I don't know how this team is a 3 seed though. They are going to win Game 1 by 5. Game 2, the Warriors blow out the Clippers. Game 3, the Warriors win by 25, but the Clippers tie it back up. And in Game 5, we have a low-scoring 4th quarter, but the Warriors are going to run away with it. And that's thanks to Klay dropping 44 34, Wemby having 30 and 12, and KD almost having a triple-double. But in Game 6, the Clippers are fighting back with 2 minutes to go. They're up by 3, and Klay Thompson's gonna tie the game up. What a shot. Now let's see if the Warriors can get a stop here. Clippers go down low to Tobias Harris, and his layup's good. That was an easy bucket for him. Now let's see if the Warriors can get one of their own. Draymond and Klay on the pick and roll. Draymond's gonna run out of bounds. Lou Will's gonna wait for the screen from Wembanyama. He gets an open 3, and he knocks it down. That is big, especially after the Draymond turnover. They're gonna double Klay. He kicks it out to Draymond for the layup on Gallo, and he's gonna miss. The Warriors are folding on the fast break. Lou Will finds Wembanyama. He's gonna miss the layup on Patrick McCaw. So now we have Draymond on the fast break. He's gonna find Klay for the layup, and we have a 3-point game. Under 40 seconds to go. The Warriors might need a stop and score here. That's a reach, and I thought that was an illegal screen. So the Clippers get the ball back. Lou Will's gonna take the 3, but Klay gets the contest, and it's in and out. Wemby's gonna find Draymond on the break. Draymond looking for options. There's nothing there. He finds Klay with enough space in the corner, and he can't tie the game up. And now with 14 seconds to go, the Warriors are in trouble. Pat Bev knocked down both free throws. Wemby's gonna pull from deep, and that's gonna be the game. So the Clippers are somehow able to force a Game 7. I don't know how, because on paper their roster is not that great. But in that Game 7, the Clippers' bad first half is gonna lose them the game. The Warriors move on to the Western Conference Finals. KD had 47, Wemby had 36 and 19. And in the Conference Finals, they have to play the Pelicans, who swept the 1-seeded Spurs. Oh, they have a healthy AD and DeMarcus Cousins. I still feel like the Warriors have this in the bag, though. Never mind. The Pelicans are going to take Game 1. Warriors tie the series up. Game 3 goes to the Pels, and the Warriors tie it up again. Luckily, in Game 5, the Warriors are going to lock in that second half to take a 3-2 lead. All thanks to KD dropping 41, Wemby with 26, and Klay with 25, even though he shot terrible from the field. And in Game 6, the Warriors are going to lock in to move on to the finals. And they're playing the Raptors because the Cavs with LeBron and Kyrie didn't even make it out of the first round. So instead, they have to go up against Lowry and DeRozan. I know the Raptors are the 1 seed, but I feel like the Warriors should be able to take this series. The Raptors take Game 1 because even though KD, Wemby, and Klay went insane, they basically had no help at all. So that's not a great start to the series. Game 2, they're going to get blown out. Game 3, they're actually going to win by 7, and they can't tie the series up. They lose Game 4 by 1. In Game 5, can they win? They can't, so Wemby's finals record moves to 3-1. But I'm sure nobody's doubting Wemby's greatness as he wins MVP number 6 in a row. And he's up to 8 Defensive Player of the Years. And on top of that, the Warriors win 72 games. Wemby's gonna lead the league in blocks in back-to-back seasons. And in the first round, the Warriors have to face a cat-led Timberwolves team. This team's probably not gonna put up a fight as the Warriors gentlemen sweep, but now they have to face the duo of Westbrook and Paul George. So in this universe, the Dame shot didn't happen. The Thunder ended up beating the Trailblazers, but now it's going to be rough for them having to face the Warriors. The Thunder are going to win Game 3 by just 3 points though, but the Warriors are going to go up 3-1 and win in 5. All to face Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert in the conference finals. This team doesn't look top heavy, but they're probably pretty well rounded, but they are going up against a 72-win team and they're going to get swept. And in the finals, they have to play the 76ers, who look like a great team. I don't know how they were the 3 seed. Game 1's going to go to the Warriors by 6. Game 2, the Sixers take. Game 3, the Warriors blow out the Sixers, and Embiid had 31, and for the Warriors, they had 3 people drop 30. Game 4 is a big one as the Warriors take a 3-1 lead, and in Game 5, they're going to win with Wemby winning the finals MVP. But even after winning a ring together, KD left Wemby for the Nets. And with Klay Thompson being injured, this Warriors team doesn't look that great. Wemby's MVP streak is going to come to an end with how bad the Warriors are, but he's still going to win the Defensive Player of the Year, averaging 28 and 13. But Wemby's not on the All-NBA first team for the first time in forever, and the Warriors are somehow the 5 seed even though they're only 4 games over 500. And in the first round, they have to face Paul George and Kawhi. I feel like they're not going to make it out of this series. They get blown out in Game 1, blown out in Game 2, they lose Game 3 by just 6, and they're going to get swept. And for the second season in a row, Wemby's not going to win the MVP. And he misses out on the Defensive Player of the Year. He still is on the All-NBA first team though, averaging 29 points, 11 boards, 4 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. But the Warriors are a play-in team. In their first play-in game, they have to go up against LeBron and AD. Let's see if Wemby can carry them. He can't, which means in their second play-in, they have to go up against Cat and a rookie Anthony Edwards. I don't even know how I feel about this. They're not going to make it out of the play-in. And it wasn't even close. Wemby put up 13 points. He shot 4 for 15. And as a team, the Warriors shot 1 for 17 from 3. So after the worst season of Wemby's career, he's ready to run it back with a healthy Klay Thompson and a big 4 with Draymond Green and Jordan Poole as well. And Wemby is back as he averages 31 points a game and breaks the record for the most MVPs of all time with 7. and he's up to Defensive Player of the Year number 10. And the Warriors are back to being good as they win 66 games on the season. Wemby's gonna lead the league in rebounds for the first time since 2013, and funny enough, he's also gonna lead the league in steals. In the first round, they have to play the Suns led by Chris Paul and Devin Booker. I don't know how this Suns team came from the play-in. I think in real life they were the 1 seed this year, but the Warriors are destroying them. They're not able to sweep, but they're gonna gentleman sweep, which takes us on to round 2 where they have to face Dame and CJ. The Warriors should be able to win this series again. They're gonna take a 2-0 lead over the Blazers. They go up 3-0. Once again, they're not able to sweep, but they make it out in 5. And in the conference finals, they have to play a healthy Clippers team led by Kawhi. So here goes nothing. Game 1, the Warriors win by about 15. Game 2, the Clippers take by about 10. Game 3, the Clippers also take, and the Warriors tie the series up. And in Game 5, we got a close one with the Warriors only being up 2 with 2 minutes to go. Andrew Wiggins trying to size up Kawhi. I don't know what he's cooking up here, but with 7 seconds to go, he's gonna need to do something. He's gonna kick it out to Draymond. 3 seconds left. Draymond's gonna have to go up with the shot on Luke Kennard, and it's good. So with the Warriors holding a 4-point lead over the Clippers, things are looking good for them as Kawhi knocks down the N1. And on top of that, Andrew Wiggins fouled out and Kawhi makes the free throw. The Warriors have Wemby basically running their point guard now. He's gonna use the screen from Draymond. He ends up pulling the fading deep 3. That's not the shot. I don't know what he was cooking there on the break. Paul George is gonna attack the paint and he gives the Clippers the lead. Jeff Doughton's gonna run a pick and roll with Wemby. He throws it down low to him. That's not the best pass, and Wemby's gonna get blocked. So the Clippers can extend their lead here. Kawhi's gonna find Ibaka and he gets Draymond jumping. The Clippers go up 3. The Warriors just had a 4-point lead. I don't know what happened. They're gonna go down low to Wemby. He's gonna score. But now the Warriors need to stop. Kawhi's gonna blow right past Kuminga for the easy layup. The Warriors need to lock in here. They don't have much time left. They're gonna go to Kuminga being guarded by Kawhi. He takes the hook. Why? I don't understand why they're taking these kind of shots. Paul George on the break trying to get past Gary Payton. He kicks it to an open Kawhi. That was terrible defense from Draymond. They can't even get the rebound. And now Zubac is gonna go up with the layup on Kuminga. The Clippers go up 5. So now the Warriors need a miracle here. They're gonna find Wemby in the corner. He's gonna keep the game alive. But now the Warriors need Paul George to miss a free throw here. The first one is in and out. That is huge. 11 seconds to go. Paul George gives them a 3-point lead. But the Warriors have enough time to get the ball up the court. They just need to make a 3 here. Wemby with 7 seconds to go finds Gary Payton. The 3 over Paul George. He's gonna miss. And unfortunately, the Clippers are gonna be the team to take a 3-2 lead in the series. Wemby had 0 help this game. And in Game 6, it's gonna be the same outcome. The Warriors just couldn't beat a healthy Kawhi and Paul George. So entering Wemby's 14th season, the Warriors have not won a chip yet in the 2020s, but let's see if we can change that. Wemby's not gonna win his 8th MVP, but he is gonna win his 11th Defensive Player of the Year. He's also on the All-NBA First Team, finishing 4th in MVP, and this is the lowest points per game he's averaged since his 2nd season. The Warriors are the 2nd seed because the Timberwolves won almost 70 games, and just like last year, they have to play the Suns in the first round, who have Kevin Durant now. I don't know how this team with Kevin Durant is a 7th seed. They're gonna blow the Warriors out in Game 1, Game 2, and 3 go to the Warriors, but the Suns tie it back up. But in Game 5, this one's an insane blowout. The Suns' offense was pretty bad. But in Game 6, the Suns are not giving up. They're up by 2 with a minute to go. Chris Paul's gonna find Devin Booker, and he's gonna get a turnover. DiVincenzo on the break has Klay open in the corner. He's gonna pull the 3 for the lead, but he can't knock it down. So now the Warriors have to get another stop here. They're gonna pass to Grayson Allen in the corner, and he can't hit the 3. So that's a good sign for the Warriors. DiVincenzo trying to get past Booker is struggling. He's gonna find Jordan Poole. They find Wemby. He's kind of getting clamped up, but he's gonna tie the game up. 30 seconds to go. Chris Paul's gonna use the screen and pull the 3, and it's good. So now the Warriors need to do something here. Jordan Poole on the ISO trying to drive on Chris Paul. He is gonna drop the ball and get a turnover. And with Chris Paul knocking down both free throws, the Warriors are in trouble here. Jordan Poole's gonna pull with no hesitation. And just like that, the 7th seeded Suns are able to force a Game 7. The Warriors gotta get Wemby some help. And in Game 7, the Warriors folded after the first quarter. I can't believe they're gonna lose in the first round to a play-in team. They got Wemby some help, but this time he was the one to not show up. In Wemby's 15th season, Jokic wins another MVP, but Wemby's still on the All-NBA First Team, averaging 26 points and 13 boards a game. And he's gonna lead the league in blocks for the 3rd time. And the Warriors fall off a little bit, dropping to the 4th seed. And on top of that, they have to play Jokic in the first round. So this shouldn't be an easy series. The Warriors are gonna take Game 1, Game 2 goes to the Nuggets, Game 3 also goes to the Nuggets, and the Warriors are able to tie it. In Game 5, the Warriors just had a terrible first and third quarter. They're gonna lose by 3, and they got absolutely cooked by Jokic. And in Game 6, we have another end to a disappointing season for the Warriors as they get eliminated. I don't think at this point Wemby's gonna win another MVP, but he is gonna win his 12th Defensive Player of the Year, averaging 31 and 11. He's also gonna finish 4th in the MVP race, but the Warriors don't get any better. They're the 4th seed again. This time they're playing the Clippers with a big 3 of James Harden, Kawhi, and Zubac. And honestly, this series is pretty 50-50. The Warriors are gonna take the first 2 2 games. Game 3 ends up going to the Clippers. Game 4, the Warriors are able to go up 3-1 and they make it out. But now they have to play the Thunder with the MVP Shea. Let's see if they can at least put up a fight. Game 1 goes to the Thunder by 13. Game 2, they win by 6. Game 3, the Warriors blow out the Thunder and they tie the series up. And the Warriors are cooking. They're going to take Game 5 to go up 3-2 on the 1 seed. That is the last thing I expected. Wemby almost dropped a 50-point triple-double. And the Thunder aren't even going to force a Game 7. The Warriors are going to beat them in 6. That is insane. They just won 4 straight games to make their way to the conference finals where they have to play the Timberwolves. And honestly, why do I feel like the Warriors have a chance? They were able to beat the 1 seed. Let's see if they can beat the 2 seed. They're going to steal Game 1. They lose Game 2. Game 3 unfortunately goes to the Timberwolves and they tie it up again. And in Game 5, the Warriors are going to need to lock in because with 2 minutes to go, they're down 3 and Wemby's going to get the steal. On the fast break, he's going to find Jimmy with the double cross. Jimmy with the step back mid-range over Randall. He's going to miss. That was such a free shot. Wemby got the steal for nothing. Ant's going to go up with the floater and he knocks it down. That was a tough shot by Ant. Let's see if Jimmy Butler can do something here. He's getting clamped up by Randall, but he's going to dump it off to Wemby being guarded by Gobert. Wemby, the layup is good. We have a 3-point game. A stop and a score would be big here for the Warriors. Jaden McDaniels is going to pull the 3 and Wemby comes in for the board. That is big. I thought Gobert was going to get that. Wemby's going to throw it to Jimmy. Jimmy on the ISO trying to cook Randall. Makes his way near the paint, but he's still getting clamped up. He makes it into the paint, but he gets blocked. And now I'm scared Anthony Edwards is just going to cook Buddy Hield here. Anthony Edwards on the ISO with the behind the back. Rudy Gobert comes in for the screen. The spacing is terrible. Ant's still going to take the step back jumper, and Gobert's going to get the board. This is just terrible by the Warriors. Rob Dillingham finds Randall. Wemby with the contest, and he's going to force the miss. Warriors are running out of time here. Buddy Hield on the break finds Wemby, and Wemby's going to step out of bounds. He had a free layup or dunk, but now the Timberwolves get free throws. They're going to have to force up a miracle here. The Timberwolves go up 5. Okay, Jimmy Butler, you're going to need to lead us. He's going to drive into the paint, so it looks like they're not looking for a 3. He gets past Randall and makes the layup, but Anthony Edwards made both free throws, so good thing Jimmy Butler moved fast on that. He's going to move fast on this play, but he misses the 3. So after a rough outing, the Warriors are going to go down 3-2 in the series. And like I said before, they got to get Wemby some help. But this year could still be their year as Jimmy Butler makes the layup to put the Warriors up 5 in Game 6. Pretty much all they have to do is stop Anthony Edwards here. He's going to take the layup on Kuminga. That is a tough shot. Jimmy Butler on the ISO again, makes it into the paint. He's going to fake the shot on Randall. He's going to kick it to Buddy Hield, who's going to use the screen from Trace Jackson Davis. I don't like that shot. And now the Timberwolves can tie it if they get a 3. Rob Dillingham gets left wide open, but he's going to miss. That is a big miss. Let's see if the Warriors can do something without Wemby in the game. Jimmy Butler's going to take the hook and he knocks it down. That was a questionable shot. Let's see if the Warriors can clamp up Ant here. He's going to kick it to Rob Dillingham, who gets left open, and this time he knocks it down. The Warriors cannot be playing defense like that. Jimmy's going to get Julius Randle jumping, and we have a 4-point game. So these teams are just going back and forth. Ant's going to fake the 3. He ends up pulling it, and oh my gosh, we have a 1-point game now. Both teams are just going crazy. Jimmy with the cross, the spin. He's going to drop the ball. He somehow recovers it, and the Warriors are going to go to pods. He uses the screen from Buddy Hield, and he can't hit the open 3. So with just over 20 seconds to go, the Warriors go to Randall on the break. He's going to slow it down. They end up finding Anthony Edwards, who's going to use the screen from Gobert. He gets a wide open 3, and he's going to miss. So now it's up to Kuminga to knock down both of these free throws. The first one bounces in, and they don't sub Wemby in. He must have fouled out as Kuminga sinks the second free throw as well. Timberwolves have 5.9 seconds, no timeouts. They're going to throw it down to Jaden McDaniels, the 3 for the tie, and the Warriors force a Game 7. And in a game without Wemby, Jimmy Butler carried the team. And in a Game 7, this Warriors team went crazy in the second quarter. I can't believe they're making it to the finals. And the craziest part is they would have been playing a 7th seed if the Raptors didn't blow a 3-1 lead to the Knicks. So now they have to face this Knicks team. 1 seed versus 4 seed. Let's see if the Warriors can somehow pull off their 3rd upset of this playoff run. They're going to tie the series at 1. They lose Game 3, but tie it up again. And in a huge Game 5, the Warriors are only up by 1. Jimmy Butler's going to cook Cat. I am afraid for Potts to guard Jalen Brunson here. Jalen Brunson's going to spin his way into the paint. OG sees Brunson coming off the screen. He at least doesn't get open, but he's still going to try something. He pulls the mid-range on Potts and he sinks it. The Warriors got to run this offense through Wemby. Instead, they're going to throw it down low to Jimmy Butler being guarded by Cat. That is not a good option right there. Jimmy's going to kick it to Potts, to Buddy Hield, to Kuminga. They only have 5 seconds to go. I don't know why Wemby's not coming to get the ball. Instead, he's going to set the screen for the Kuminga shot and he's going to miss. On the Knicks fast break, they're going to find Mikal in the corner. He gets gets stopped by Buddy Hield. They go to Cat to OG. They're gonna find Brunson coming off the screen. He almost gets an open three. Instead, he's in a body pods and he makes the layup for the lead. And on top of that, it's an and one. He has a chance to put the Knicks up 2, and he does. So with 17 seconds to go in game 5, all the Warriors need to do is score. Jimmy Butler's gonna chew the clock out, 7 seconds to go. He takes the shot on Josh Hart. I don't know how that's a foul or how he made that. So now Jimmy Butler can put the Warriors back up, and that's exactly what he does. But they still have to play defense for one more possession. OG's gonna inbound it to Jalen Brunson on the drive. He gets stopped by Pods. He still goes up with the layup, and the Warriors take game 5. That is a big win led by Jimmy Butler, Wemby, and Pods. So the Warriors are 1 game away from pulling off their 3rd upset in a row. But in game 6, they have to lock in because they're only up by 3 with 1.5 minutes to go as Wemby misses the 3. The fact that he's running their point guard on some plays is kind of crazy. The Knicks go to Brunson, back to OG, the corner 3, and he ties the game up. That's not ideal. Pods and Wemby are going to run a pick and roll. He finds Wemby. He almost gets stripped by Mitchell Robinson. Instead, he makes the layup on him. Okay, Pods, let's try to stop Brunson. Brunson's going to drive right by him and stop for some reason. And he's almost going to get a turnover. Cat's going to pick up the ball, though. They find OG. They're going to hand it off to Cat with just 5 seconds to go. They find Brunson with enough space, and his 3's good. I don't know what kind of defense that was from Pods. He's going to find Wemby with the post spin. He almost steps out of bounds. And he is getting absolutely clamped up by Mitchell Robinson right here. He still has 10 seconds to make something happen. He's still trying to go at Mitchell Robinson. The fake. He kicks it out to Pods. 3 seconds to go. Pods is going to pull the jumper, and it's good for the lead. So much just happened on that possession there, and now the Knicks have 23 seconds to get a final shot here. Brunson's going to kick it out to Josh Hart. Josh Hart's going to kick it to McHale. 13 seconds to go. He's going to use the screen from Cat. He gets an open 3 on the screen, and Wemby grabs the board. This game is not over, though. There's still 6 seconds, but Wemby's going to sink his first free throw and to put the Warriors up 3. His second one's good. So the Knicks have no timeout. 6 seconds to go. Jalen Brunson bringing the ball up the court, finds OG with enough space, and he's going to miss the 3. The Warriors are going to win the 2025 NBA Finals. That is the last thing I expected, especially as a 4 seed. So Wemby's going to become a 5-time champion and 5-time Finals MVP, winning his first championship since 2019. In Wemby's 17th season, Jokic wins another MVP. Wemby wins his 13th Defensive Player of the Year, and Wemby finishes 2nd in the MVP race. At least he's going to lead the league in blocks for the 4th time in his career, and the Warriors get even better, jumping up to the 3 seed. In round 1, they have to play the Kings, who should not be a playoff team at all. If they end up beating the Warriors, that would be super embarrassing, but the Warriors are going to take the first 3 games. They're not able to sweep as the Kings take game 4, but the Warriors make it out in 5. And things get significantly harder as they have to play the Thunder in the 2nd round. So we got 94 overall Wemby against 98 overall Shea. The Warriors are going to steal the first 3 games. I don't know what is going on. They're not able to sweep. They're not able to win in 5, but they're able to win in 6. So now they get to play the 1-seeded Timberwolves, who honestly look worse than the Thunder. But it's the playoffs. Anything can happen. The Timberwolves blow out the Warriors in game 1. The Warriors take game 2. Game 3, the Timberwolves win by 1, but the Warriors tie it back up. And in game 5, the Warriors just made it a 3-point game with 1 minute to go. Anthony Edwards is going to throw down the dunk on Jimmy, and the Warriors don't have much time left. Jimmy goes back at Anthony Edwards. He gets fouled, and he's going to knock down both free throws, so the Warriors are going to need a stop here soon. But Naz Reid gets left open. Wemby comes in for the closeout, and he forces the miss. Jimmy Butler's going to slow down the break. Still trying to get past Jaden McDaniels, though. He goes into the post. I don't like what's about to happen. He goes up with the hook, and he's going to break it. 10 seconds to go in game 5. The Timberwolves are going to chew out the clock, and the Warriors definitely need a stop here. They're going to force a Julius Randle miss. So with 5 seconds to go, they're going to need a 3. They're going to inbound it to Moody. They go to Draymond. That is not the shot, and he's going to miss as the Timberwolves go up 3-2. But this series isn't over yet as the Warriors blow out the Timberwolves in game 6. Okay, never mind, it's over. The Timberwolves are going to eliminate the Warriors in game 7. And Wemby's going to finish his career with a crazy amount of accolades. He ended up winning the Rookie of the Year, a record 13 Defensive Player of the Years, 7 regular season MVPs, 5 championships, 5 finals MVPs, while leading the league in steals once, rebounds 3 times, and blocks 4 times, while scoring over 37,000 career points to finish 3rd all time. Subscribe if you enjoyed, and if you want to see me swap Steph Curry and Chris Paul's careers, click the video on the screen right now.